This episode, we're going to be doing a ton of scripting, because it's all needed for animations running and collision groups and a ton of other stuff. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this, what's going on here, throughout the entire episode. Okay, so here you can see me working on different collision groups, because we don't want the player colliding with the mob or the mobs colliding with different mobs. Alright, so right now you can see the mobs colliding into each other as they go throughout the track. But the problem is that some are faster than others, because otherwise the game would be boring. So I've just set it so that it automatically changes the collision group of the mob whenever the mob gets loaded in. So you just saw the zombies flawlessly walk right through the mechs, which took a while because I kept smelling humanoid wrong. But you can still hold back all the enemies with your body, which is fun, but not really what we want for the game. Great, so now we have the walking through the mobs working, but there is one little issue. I don't know if you can see it here very clearly because it's going so fast, but there is a bit of lag between when you touch it, the enemy, and when it keeps moving. And this is because there's a sort of ownership between the server and the client side, so the player. So whenever you touch or get near to the enemy, it swaps ownership from the server to you, which that moment it creates a bit of a pause whenever you're walking into enemies. But by just changing the value so it belongs to the server the entire time, that'll fix everything. But there were problems with that because I kept getting the error, but I couldn't see where the error was coming from. And so I looked it up and I researched for a while. So I'm actually gonna skip a chunk here, because you guys don't want to just see me try over and over again and nothing working. Oh, actually, I think that worked. Well, yeah. There we go. We can now get to work on the mob animations, which will help out with bringing the mobs to life in the game. I think it'll look a lot better once we have added those, because right now they're just kind of floating, you know, kind of just drifting along, which looks cool in a way, but that's not what we're going for. So We're going to change that right now. If you are enjoying, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I want to ask people in the middle of the video, because by then they have decided whether they want to subscribe, put on notifications, and be reminded whenever I post a new video. Thanks. Helps a lot. Right now, I'm adding a fail-safe, I guess. So if it's not a mob, then it'll tell me that it's not a mob, and that we can't animate it. So I actually never had to use that throughout the process, but it's useful in the future. Whenever we see that, we know where it is and how to fix it. Alright, so there we go. We have animated moving enemies with multiple different mob types, which makes it a lot more interesting for the player. However, we obviously needed to add the noobs because it just adds more variety into the game. Also, I'm going to create more variety. That's the word I'm looking for. Throughout the waves, which will be great, and you can see me doing that here. It took a while, a lot of else-if statements and just numbers. I'm definitely going to need to balance this in the end, because I can tell you that when I run this, it's quite interesting. There's way too many mobs. It's like overflow. You never be able to win. Alright, there we go. We have our scary teddy boss. Very terrifying. You know how terrifying teddy bears are. We have that set up to spawn, I think at round 10. Yeah, at round 10. It spawns, and then after that, it goes crazy because I'm too lazy to put anything after round 10, so it gets just more and more intense. So now we have mechs, zombies, a teddy, and then after that we have 10 bosses, which are sure to end them. And here we go. Now you can see, bam, zombies go around, I'm gonna go ahead and delete them sometimes, just so you can see the variety. And of course, these animations are a lot slower in real time, and look a lot better. Sure, in the time lapse they look ridiculous, just kind of vibrating around. But yeah, so I also fixed something in my code there. Again, the mechs, and yeah, so it all came together really nicely. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because these devlogs take a long time to make, even though the video is 10 minutes long, I spent almost 1.5 hours just making it because I don't know how to code. So they're a challenge for me, and I really hope you enjoy them. I want to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the year, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.